The Amami language or languages, also known as Amami Ōshima or simply Ōshima, is a Ryukyuan language spoken in the Amami Islands south of Kyūshū. The southern variety of Setouchi township may be a distinct language more closely related to Okinawan than it is to northern Ōshima. As Amami does not have recognition within Japan as a language, it is officially known as the Amami dialect. Speakers. The number of competent native speakers is not known, but native speakers are found mostly among old people as a result of Japanese language policy. The younger generations speak mostly Japanese as the first language. Estimates run around 10,000 for the northern variety and 2,000 for the southern variety. Classification. Linguists mostly agree on the validity of the Amami Okinawan languages as a family. The subdivisions of Amami Okinawan, however, remain a matter of scholarly debate, with two major hypotheses. In a two-branch hypothesis posited by Nakaso, Hirayama and Nakamoto, among others, Amami Okinawan divides into Amami and Okinawan, with the northern and southern varieties of Amami Ōshima both falling within the Amami branch. In a three-subdivision hypothesis, proposed by Uemura as one of several possible classifications and supported by Karamata, northern Amami Ōshima and central, southern Okinawa form two branches, while the intervening varieties, southern Amami Ōshima, northern Okinawan, and the dialects, languages of the islands between, form a third branch. In this proposal, Amami Ōshima does not constitute a single language, and the northern and southern varieties are not even more closely related to each other than they are to other Ryukyuan languages. The two-subdivision hypothesis is convenient for discussing the modern languages since the posited linguistic boundary corresponds to the centuries-old administrative boundary that today separates Kagoshima and Okinawa prefectures. In addition, several isoglosses to group northern and southern Amami together. In Amami, word medial k is changed to para or even dropped when it is surrounded by a, e, or o. This can rarely be observed in Okinawan dialects. Standard Japanese hour becomes o in Amami and a in Okinawan. The three-subdivision hypothesis is more phylogenetically oriented. A marked isogloss is the vowel systems. Standard Japanese e corresponds to I in northern Amami Ōshima while it was merged into I in southern Amami Ōshima through Okinawan. The vowel system-based classification is not without complication. The northern three communities of Kikai Island share the seven-vowel system with Amami Ōshima and Tokuno-Ōshima to the south, while the rest of Kikai falls in with Okinawa-Arabu and Yoron even further south. Based on other evidence, however, Karamata and Lawrence tentatively group Kikai dialects together. Dialects. Amami Ōshima can be divided into northern Amami Ōshima and southern Amami Ōshima despite conflicting patterns of isoglosses. The distribution of southern Amami Ōshima roughly corresponds to Setouchi town, including offshore islands. The rest of the main island speaks northern Amami Ōshima. Shibata et al. Takes a lexicostatistic approach to subgrouping northern Amami Ōshima dialects: East China Seaside Akatana Yamato Village Yukon Village, Pacific Ocean Side Komi Northern Sumayo Southern Sumayo. In addition, Sani, a small community on a peninsula at the northern tip of the island, is known to have distinct phonology. Based on phonetic and lexical evidence, Shibata et al. Subdivides southern Amami Ōshima into Higashi-Magiri, Nishi-Magiri, reflecting the administrative divisions during the Edo period. While Yuki Island belonged to the Nishi-Magiri district, its dialect is closer to that of Higashi-Magiri. Southern Amami Ōshima contrasts with northern Amami Ōshima in its final unreleased consonants. For example, shrimp is in Ōshima and in Tatsugo. Blade is in Ōshima and in Tatsugo. Names. According to Ōshima, the dialect of Yamatohama, Yamato village of Amami Ōshima had Yumuta, Jumutheta a 4 language, Shima Yumuta, Sima Jumutheta a 4 island language, and Yamato Guchi, Jamatheta o Uci for the language of mainland Japan. Another term, Shimaguchi, is absent from Ōshima's dictionary. According to Kurai Norio, a local historian from Amami Ōshima, Shimaguchi contrasted with Yamato Guchi, while Shima Yumuta was associated with accentual and intonational differences among various Shima. Obara Yoshimori, a folklorist from Nase, Amami Ōshima, conjectured that Shimaguchi was of relatively recent origin, possibly made through analogy with Yamato Guchi. He thought that the dialect of one's home community was better referred to as Shima Yumuta. Phonology Consonants. Historically, vowel initial words acquired an epenthetic glottal stop. When *o and *we later became u and I without an initial glottal stop, the glottal stop elsewhere became phonemic. When still later initial consonants were elided, an initial glottal stop merged with the following consonant, establishing a series of glottalized consonants. While the nasals are truly glottalized, the glottalized stops are merely tenuous, contrasting with the default aspirated stops. In the southern Shodan dialect, *p has become, and z is only found in recent loans from Japanese. Closed syllables. In the southern Shodan dialect, the consonants pttckrmn occur at the end of a word a syllable, as in k up neck, sakura cherry blossom, and tiajo well. Other dialects are similar. Final consonants are usually the result of eliding high front vowels. Elision is partly conditioned by pitch accent. In Shodan dialect, for example, the noun with accent classes 2.1 and 2.2 are realized as an, while 2.3 to 5 nouns retain final vowels e, g, and vowels. There are 7 distinct vowel qualities in Amami Ōshima, in addition to a phonemic distinction between long and short vowels, and in some dialects oral and nasal vowels, I and are generally transcribed I and E in the literature. I derives from *e and merges with I after alveolar consonants, mostly derives from a merger of *e and *i, and so is usually long. In several northern dialects, the nasal vowels ao developed from the loss of a word medial per meter, *palma and gt, paa shore, jome and gt, juwi bride, kimo and gt, keiju liver, chima and gt, ku island, mamitsu and gt, mdza earthworm. Kasri Sani dialect has 11 oral and nasal vowels, while Sani dialect adds long vowels for a total of 18. The largest inventory of any Ryukyuan dialect. Link. Research report on the Kikajima dialects published by the National Institute for Japanese Language and Linguistics.